How are you? We are going to talk about self-leadership this morning. So, self-leadership is the source of everything that you are looking to create, both for yourself, for your life, if you're trying to grow your business or your career. It all comes down to how you lead yourself. Now, most of the world is operating from this premise that life is happening and you are reacting to life. You know, stuff happens and you just react to it. You know, something good happens, you react to that. Something not so good happens, you react to that. And you create stories around what these situations mean to you and what they mean of you, what they mean for you, what they mean about you. Self-leadership comes at life and you from this different place. And it's not just a mindset shift, but a full embodiment of a different set of beliefs and a different understanding of how life, energy, you operate in this world and the power that you have. Self-leadership stems from the idea that you are the source. You get to lead your life. You are the diamond, and we'll come on to that because I've got a brand new mastermind coming. You are the source of everything, and therefore you are the leader, and what you decide is true and right will be what's true and right for you. And this means that you are not passively waiting for life in order to respond to it and react to it. You are leading the direction that you're going in. You choose. You decide. And this can be big and this can be small. And this could be you deciding to leave your corporate job and build your own business. It could be you deciding to go for that promotion that you don't feel qualified for yet, but you really fucking want. It could be how you decide to parent your children and create your own family. It could be how you engage with friendships and the people you surround yourself with. But self-leadership is more than just reacting to life. It's creating life. It's creating with life. And it's the foundation for how you then choose to operate within life and play the game of life, if you will. And what this means is that you're conscious and aware of your own power as a creator. And with the mindset and knowing and the identity and the embodiment of you as the source, you as the diamond, you own your self-worth. You accept and own and appreciate all of who you are and what you bring to life and to the table and to your life, business, career, relationships, etc. And you carve out a path that is in alignment with how you perceive yourself. And in doing this, what you do is set the standards and set the rules and set the rules of the game. So if life is this game, you're the one now leading the game. Not just playing the game, but deciding where this game gets to go and how it gets to play out. And it's the foundation for all that you create, because self-leadership in all facets of your life, so your identity, your power, your perception, your beliefs, your knowing, means that you're crafting who you are and who you get to be in this world. And if we're using this analogy of a game, you're crafting your character in the game. You're deciding what that character gets to experience, and you're leading that character in the creation of their story. It's not that the story's happening and they have to navigate the story and it's really hard and tough and they have to just work with what they have. You're actually creating what happens next. And the way you do that is through your self-concept, your identity, how you decide to be in this world. It's the level of emotional intelligence you craft and cultivate, and the level of safety, and often subconscious safety, that you allow yourself to feel and you allow your body and nervous system to feel about having the things that you want. So identity and safety are really interlinked there. But leading yourself means leading and letting and allowing yourself to experience both somatically, mentally, energetically, a new way of being, and opening yourself up to experiencing new things, not just creating that same story over and over and over again, but leading yourself to new experiences and working with your mind and body to let them in, to feel safe enough to allow them to let them in, so that that new level of safety becomes your baseline of safety. And that is then what compounds shifting your identity. And then linked to both of those is raising the standards, is raising the bar on not only who you are, but who you're being, what you allow, what you expect, what you believe, what you know, and what you create as truth for yourself. And so self-leadership is literally giving yourself permission to define who you're going to be and follow that. Follow your own self-led definition of who you are, how you operate, who you believe yourself to be, how safe you feel with what you want, how much you allow it in. And what then starts to happen is that instead of life coming at you and you're reacting to it, because you're in a position of leadership and you're moving yourself through life with intention, with integrity, in alignment with who you say you are, what then happens is that you start carving this path of who you choose to be in the world, and life then follows you. Life starts responding to who you are being now. And it's not this just, visualized, imagined, in the future, this is who I'll be when I have all the things I want. It's actually letting yourself be that version of you in the here and now, with the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, ideas, creativity, and sense of self-leadership in the here and now, and giving yourself the permission to do that, because that's all it is. It's not this big process. It's not all these different factors where you have to attain this level of perfection or high vibeness. All it is a choice and a decision. And when stuff gets hard, you come back to that choice and decision, and you work through the stuff that is difficult or tricky or coming up for you, and you come back to that same decision again. And what you'll find is that it gets easier, it gets cleaner and clearer. You lead yourself further than you have ever been before. And that unknown, instead of becoming something that you fear, becomes something that excites you. Like, there's this feeling of yes, fear, but it's more excitement than fear. That anticipation, you can feel it. You can feel that stuff's happening, but you don't know what. But because you're leading yourself in the way that you want to be, being the person you want to be regardless of what's going on outside of you, what you then find happening is things, opportunities, people, experiences, clients, connections, money start to align with who you're being rather than you waiting for stuff to come to you and then reacting to it and it not being what you want it to be. And I did a post this week called I Led Myself Here. And I did this post because I had this moment where I was looking back at my journey and realising that where I am now is where I always wanted to be when I started this business, when I started playing with self-leadership, when I started seeing myself as the source, as the diamond. What I wanted for myself at that point was this life of freedom. It was being my own boss, having spaciousness, not having back-to-back meetings the whole day. It was not having to answer to anyone, being able to dictate my time, my diary, aligned with my energy. It was being able to be there for the school runs and be there for my daughter. And as a single mum, like, it does all fall to me, and I wanted to be able to be there. I wanted to be able to be present in the way that I wanted for me and my family. To have the level of financial freedom where life felt light and easy and I could make decisions based on what I wanted, not what I could afford. And I wanted to feel creative. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to do work that I loved and be me. And when I started this business, that was the dream and that was the goal. And what I found in building this business is it's who I've led myself to be. What I've created is because of who I've led myself to be. It's because I've learnt to lead who I am and who I'm being, and my business is simply self-expression then. It's self-belief, but it's an expression of who I'm being in the world and what I'm allowing, and that then being the thing that is mirrored back to me. And in leading myself to this place, there's been highs, there's been lows, there's been moments that have felt like pure bliss and magic, and there have been moments where it's been really tough and I've questioned and doubted and had to work through all of that. But every single time, what I come back to is this idea of self-leadership, is this idea of taking responsibility for the life, the feeling of the life that I want to create, and knowing that I'm the one who's going to lead us there. And when I say us, I mean me and me. And in that realization, there's no other question, okay? You can have all of the doubts, you can have all of the fears, and they can be there bubbling away. But if the bottom line is, this is what I want, and I get to have what I want, and that's a belief that I've cultivated intentionally in order to serve me, and that life supports me in having what I want, then for all the noise, the chatter, the doubt, the fear, that can be stuff that comes up that needs to be worked through, like facing those fears, questioning why, looking at where they came from, unpicking them, seeing that they're not the truth. But what it boils down to is, am I going to do this? Am I going to lead myself and keep leading myself? And now the question is, now I've got to where like I wanted to get to. Well, now I know it's just the beginning and I'm just getting started. So now it's like, what's next? What more is available? And how big can this go? How big can this go? And again, that is the energy and the questions and the feelings I'm playing with at the moment, to then decide and choose what's next and what's right and how much more I will allow in. Because that's what it is. We're not asking life for what we want. We're creating with life what we want. And if it's all there, and if it's all available to come through you and be created through you, and for you to be the source of that, and for you to own your skills and your brilliance and your talents and your magic and your voice and your power, then how much are you willing to let in? And what are the stories that are in the way that are preventing you from seeing the truth, which is that it's all there, it's all available? Do you have the audacity? Do you have the courage to say, I get to be this big, I get to be this powerful, I get to be the creator of what I want? And yes, there'll be bumps in the road, yes, there'll be challenges, yes, there'll be stuff that might be hard, but it doesn't have to be hard. And I could let it be easy, and I could let what I want in, and I could let myself have what I want by cultivating and leading myself there, and cultivating the right set of beliefs, ideas about myself, working through any limits or doubts that come up, continuing to build my self-concept, continuing to build my self-worth in line with what I want, letting myself feel safe to have what I want, to receive what I want, working through anything that comes up there, and then raising the bar on who I'm being, how I'm operating, how I'm showing up, what I'm doing, the people I surround myself with, the support I allow myself to have in order to get myself there. Because it is a co-creation. It's, yes, put it out into the universe, state your intention, but are you moving in that direction too? Don't sit there waiting. Don't expect it to just come to you. And there are times where it does. There are really times where it does. But if you move, the universe moves too. If you move, life's moved to mirror you, to reflect you. It meets you halfway. And so self-leadership is a core principle for becoming the empowered woman, okay? It's your power. What are you going to choose to do with it? And that can feel really big. Like, one of the things I've really had to unpick a lot of is this kind of duality of fear of failure, and then on the flip side of that, fear of power, fear of being a powerful woman, and all the things that come with that, and all the things we fear that come with that. Because whether it does come with that or not, is it true? Every step forward I've made, everything I've created, hitting new levels of income, making more money than I've ever made before, working with amazing clients, working less than I ever have, making more money than I ever have. None of that has been hard. The things that are hard are the things that come up, the stories, the old narratives, the outdated identities that are self-protection mechanisms that have tried to keep us safe. And in learning to move through that lightly and let that go, and leading yourself forward still in amongst, old narratives that are telling you you can't do this, and you're not good enough, and you don't deserve this, and you're not working hard enough, in still continuing to lead through that and not making any of that mean that I can't have what I want. That is where I come back to my power time and time again. My power as a creator, my power as the source of what I'm creating. And you have this power too. This isn't something that's just happened for me. I've intentionally created this, and you intentionally get to do the same and choose to do the same if you so wish, if that's what feels right for you. But you have to lead yourself there. No one else can do it for you. And that is the interesting thing, isn't it? It's where you are might be really comfortable, where you are might be great, where you are might feel really good. But you wouldn't be here watching this. You wouldn't be listening to what I'm saying and having that subtle feeling of resonance if you were exactly where you wanted to be. You wouldn't be searching for something else. And the whole point of us is that we grow and evolve. So where you are might be great, but you may also know that you want more. And that is great. That is fucking great, because that is what you're meant to do. We are meant to evolve. We're meant to grow. We're meant to move forward. We're meant to keep expanding and growing. And so if you have that feeling, if you know you want to create more, I'm launching a brand new mastermind called the Diamond Mind, which I'm so excited about. It is a place and a home for women who want more. Women who want more and are ready to create more. Create more on their terms, in their way, by being even more of themselves. I want to show you what's possible for you, and I know what's possible for you, and I believe in you. And I believe in the empowered version of you who is going to lead yourself to exactly where you want to be. And this is the place to do it in. So the Diamond Mind is going to be a rolling mastermind. So what that means is that it will continue and you're able to join for 3, 6 or 12 months. Each month there'll be 2 group coaching calls where you'll get hot seat coaching. There'll be a Telegram group, so a private group full of the women who are there to lead themselves, knowing that they are the diamond, that they're the source of what they're creating in their life, and committed to following their dreams, to shining brightly, to owning their power and their brilliance, and being that creator, stepping into self-leadership and owning the direction that they're going in. In the Telegram group, I'll be doing trainings, drop-ins, one-on-one coaching. So you'll get real access to me. You'll get a level of support. And I think this is the other thing to mention about self-leadership. Like, it can feel lonely. You can be treading a path that not many people follow. You can be choosing to do things and prioritizing yourself when other people are prioritizing the group and, you know, fitting in and belonging, and you're choosing a different path, which means you automatically feel separate to that. And so this is why it's a home, because you belong there and you have support there, and you get to be not the strong one, but the one who's soft and strong. You can put down the mantle of being the one who is always the one that's relied on, and let yourself rely on others as well, and be supported, and fully seen as who you are as you step into your brilliance. So there'll be training, there'll be support, there will be community. You'll get access to every single one of my classes and programs that I've created in my whole lifetime, which is a lot now and worth a lot of money. So those are all free and fully accessible to you for your time in the Diamond Mind. You'll also get an exclusive one-on-one call with me, which is worth £500, and where we can really set out and lay out the intention for your time in the mastermind and where you want to go and what you want to get out of it, and ensure that we hold you accountable to that. And there is a bonus Telegram week, which starts on the 1st of September. And that is where we're going to be hyper shifting our identities to line you up, to get you ready, to focus you, to fully set your intentions so that you step into the Diamond Mind as the highest version of you, as this next level version of you. No messing around. We're in, you're her, there's no separation. You've led yourself there, and you will continue to lead yourself forward, and you'll see all that you get to create as a result of that. So if this sounds exciting, this is available to you. DM me the word diamond. The investment is $555 a month, or there is a little discount if you pay in full. But if you message me diamond, I can send you the full invitation, all the details, and we can chat about if this is a right fit for you. And I want to see you shine. I know what is possible. I'm creating what's possible for me. I want you to create what's possible for you. And I want you to come on this journey with me and feel safe and feel seen and feel supported. Because when you see yourself, when you know how to create your own level of safety, when you have the support that you've always deserved surrounding you, you're unstoppable. You're unlimited. The story is just dissolve. And you get to keep leading yourself forward. All right, I'll leave it there. Speak to you soon. Bye.